All right, y'all. Revelation chapter 7 breakdown. The scene described in this passage seems to occur between the opening of the sixth and seventh seals, seen on the scroll John observed in chapter 5. The first vision includes angels being commanded to hold back the winds at every point on earth. Symbolically, this refers to God suspending his judgment on the earth. Scriptures such as Jeremiah 49:36 describe the judgment of God by referring to wind. The purpose of this delay, it seems, is to allow a sealing of 144,000 servants of God, as seen later, Revelation 13:15 through 18. The mark of the beast stands in stark contrast to the sealing scene in this chapter, Revelation 7 1 through 3. These 144,000 are specifically named by their respective tribes of Israel. 12,000 from each tribe are indicated. Jacob has had 12 sons from whom the 12 tribes of Israel originated. In the promised land, each of the tribe received an inheritance except for the tribe of Levi, whose inheritance was the Lord. Joseph's tribe was split into two, one from each of his sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, and each received an inheritance. And the list of those seals is sealed in Revelation. The tribe of Levi is listed. The tribe of Manasseh and that of Joseph, which is what the tribe of Ephraim was also referred to, are also listed. The tribe of Dan is excluded. Theories about this absence are varied. Some suggest that the false prophet of Revelation may be from the tribe of Dan. Others see Dan's role in leading Israel into idolatry as a cause for being left out of the 144,000. Judges 18:30 through 31. While the tribe might not be blessed through inclusion in this particular seal, other prophetic books indicate members of the tribe of Dan will be saved and receive land in the millennial kingdom, Ezekiel 48 and 2. Though mankind has lost track of which people are members of the tribe, God has no such memory loss. Revelation 7 4 through 8. John's next vision of is of a staggering number of people from every race, ethnicity, and language, dressed in white and shouting out praise to God. This is a poignant reminder of God's love for all people and the essential unity of mankind. Despite their efforts to divide humanity based on appearance or heritage, Scripture is clear that all people of all tribes and languages will be represented in God's eternal plan of salvation. An unnamed elder defined these white robe stains as those who have come out of the Great Tribulation, the second half of the 7 year period, which closes out history prior to the Millennium Kingdom. Revelation 7, 9 through 11. After this interlude, John's vision will come with the opening of the seventh seal, introducing the next phase into God's plan, the triumph judgments. And so the chapter content, the last and largest section of Revelations beginning in chapter 4, where John is shown events yet to come, Revelations 1 through 19, 1 and then verse 19. Chapter 4 and 5 describe what John saw in heaven, including a scroll of God's judgment. Chapter 6 focused on the events that transpire when Jesus opens the sixth of the seven seals on that scroll, one at a time. Now, in chapter 7, an interlude occurs between the opening of the sixth seal and the seventh seal. In the interlude, an angel seal 144,000 saved Jews as God's servant. Chapter 8 will describe the seventh seal and the beginning of the triumph judgment. And then I have another breakdown. Y'all know I come with all of it. So, Revelation chapter 7 serves as an interlude between the sixth and seventh seal, offering a glimpse of God's protection and provision for his people during the tribulation period. It introduces the seal of 144,000 Jewish believers and a vast multitude of people from all nations, emphasizing the universal scope of God's salvation and the eventual triumph of believers over tribulation. So, key elements and interpretations: the sealing, Revelations 7 1 through 8. God's servants are sealed on their foreheads, okay, symbolizing ownership and authenticity, and protection from God's wrath. This seal is often interpreted as a symbol of believers belonging to God and receiving his protection during the tribulation, the 144,000. This specific number of Jewish believers from all of the tribes of Israel is a topic of much discussion. Some interpretation view them as literal, representing a specific group of evangelists during the tribulation, while others see them as symbolic, representing all believers, both Jewish and Gentile, who are sealed by God. The great multitude, Revelation 7, verses 9 through 17. This multitude, which no one could number, comes from every nation, tribe, people, and language. They are described as having washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb, signifying their salvation and righteousness through faith in Jesus. They are seen worshiping God and experiencing the ultimate joy of being in his presence. Interludes significance. This chapter provides assurance and encouragement to believers facing persecution and tribulation. It highlights that God's judgment is not arbitrary, but is accompanied by his protection and provision for those who trust in him. Symbolism. The chapter employs symbolic language such as the four winds representing God's power and the white robe symbolizing the purity and righteousness. In essence, Revelation chapter 7 offers a message of hope and assurance, reminding believers that even in the midst of tribulation, God is in control, his people are protected, and ultimately they will experience eternal joy and worship in his presence. You okay, Mama? All right, so that is the breakdown of Revelation chapter 7. I'll see you guys later.